Singlehood is not a disease. It is not a disease. It's just a stage in one's life. A stage in one's life. Who is a single person? A single person is a unmarried person, somebody that has not, an unmarried person in a society is does not really necessarily means that has not been married. It could be somebody that has been married before, maybe lost a partner, or maybe got divorced, or break up, or just choose to be single. So a single person is an unmarried person in a society. So what is singlehood? Singlehood, I would say, is not a disease. It is not a disease. If it's a disease, one could have been going to the hospital for treatment the way many goes to church for prayers to cure the whatever they thought it was. So singlehood is a stage in one's life. Singlehood is that particular stage of preparation. Is that stage in your life when you prepare for the next stage. You want to be want to be married. You're preparing towards marrying. You're preparing how you will be, how things the things you want to make happen, how you want it to be, how you want marriage to be, how you behave, this is the time you do this preparation. So I would say that singlehood is a time of preparation. Another thing about singlehood is a time of self-examination. This one is very, very crucial. It is a time when you lay yourself down to ask yourself, this marriage I'm preparing for now, am I ready now? When I get to marriage, what are the things? What will be marriage? Remember, it's not going to be sweet and honey and honey and honey. So when I come across difficulties in marriage, how will I handle them? How will I solve problems that marriage may bring? Marriage will bring many blessings, and it's not going to be without is a test. So marriage will also come with so many other issues that you need to understand during the time of your singlehood before you get married. So I said marriage is a time of preparation, and I am saying again that marriage is a time of self-examination. Are you ready for marriage now? If the marriage comes now, are you ready? Can you carry the load that marriage will prepare for you? Marriage will gather many load too. It will gather many load for you. Can you carry the load? It's a time of self-examination. Then marriage, singlehood also is a time of self-evaluation. Now you are single. Most people think that maybe when they get married, maybe you are living in a one room now. When you get married, you start living in two rooms. Okay, you are eating a 1 square meal now. By the time you get married, you start eating square meal. You cannot afford to pay NEPA bill now. When you get married, you start paying NEPA bills. You cannot afford to pay your rent. When you get married, a marriage will now automatically bring rent. Hey, my dear, you need to understand that when you get married, is going to double the load you are carrying now. Marriage will double it for you. Yes, so now take for instance that you're feeding yourself as a single person. I'm not talking about single you're like a single, you're single to yourself, and you truly know that you're single. You are feeding yourself now, right? Then when you get married, you'll not be feeding only yourself. Oh. You're going to be feeding your children. You may, if you're a man, you're going to be feeding your wife. You're a woman, you will also feed your husband. So now that you're single, don't think that when you get married, food will be coming from left and right. If you cannot feed yourself as a single, it's not when you get married that you can feed yourself. Oh. You cannot clothe yourself that now that you're single. It's not when you get married that you can be clothing yourself. You cannot pay your rent now, you are single. When you get married, yeah, is not when you're going to be able to pay your rent. So marriage does not really solve your problem. Marriage will double it for you. My voice is really cracked because of um I had fever. So I'm fine now, but my voice has not. My voice come back to me, please. So marriage will not solve your problem. Marriage will double your problem. So singlehood is the time you evaluate yourself and know that you are capable of feeding yourself and capable of bringing people into this world and cater for them. A singlehood is that time eh, of independent. It's not that when you are single, but some people have you're lucky, maybe your parents as if taking care of your bill. Let us know like you're just yourself. Singlehood is a time of independence. This is a time you you're totally responsible for yourself. So if you can take care of yourself, not like only feed yourself, if you can caution yourself, you can discipline yourself, you can, though you are independent, but you still have control. You still set you can still discipline yourself. This is the time to know if you can discipline yourself. It's not when you get to marriage will not discipline you. So singlehood is time of preparation, time of self-evaluation, time of self-examination, time of independent. And singlehood is a time I don't want to I'm looking for the word to use now. When you are single, you are you're kind of your mental load is reduced. Your mental load is not going to be the way your mental load is now. It's not going to be like that when you get married to. Now you only think of yourself, what you will do, how tomorrow will be. But by the time you get married, you're going to be thinking about your wife, your husband, your children. You're sleeping, you wake up, you check baby, you're going to be breastfeeding baby, you're going to be waking up every minute to breastfeed baby, you're going to be changing pampers, you're going to be cleaning popo, and you will still go back to bed. Imagine now that you're single, you just wake up, you go to work, you come back, you eat, you press your phone, you read or you do any other thing, you go to bed and you sleep throughout the night. The only thing that wakes you up from your sleep is to go and pee. After that, you go back to your bed and you sleep. But by the time you get married and start having babies, if you're a lady, baby will cry at night. You wake up in the night to breastfeed the baby. After breastfeeding, you go back to bed. You're not going to put the breast milk on the breast and the baby's mouth and be sleeping. You'll be awake so that the milk will not enter the baby's nose. You'll be awake and the baby will finish a sucking breast, then you now go to bed. Small time again, baby will cry again. Maybe this time you're not going to You're not going to go and breastfeed. Maybe this time you have to make food, you have to carry flask. Maybe you carry flask, you bring water, and you do and give to baby. So you know that singlehood is a time of preparation. Is a time you prepare for the load, the work ahead. People that are single, they their mental stress is reduced compared to the one that are married, because you have a lot of load that you're going to carry, both emotionally and spiritually and physically and psychologically. So many of these that you're going to carry. So singlehood is not a disease, it's a stage in one's life, a stage when one's prepared to be married, when one prepare his or herself, when one examine his or herself, when one evaluate his or herself towards the next stage ahead, whether to get married or not. So that one na depending on your choice. So at this time that you're single, the energy you use in looking for how to cure the disease you think single is a disease that you're trying to cure, use the energy to evaluate yourself, examine yourself, lay yourself down, ask yourself questions. Are you ready to be married now? Can you take care of your family? Can you take care of your children now? Can you start taking care of people now? And also, now that you're single, some of the things that you can buy now, maybe when you get married you may not be able to buy them. Is a bitter truth too, a bitter truth. So these are the time you get to um um else um time you also save. Yes, because now for instance, now you're single, you're earning, maybe your salary is 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, and maybe the money comes to, when it comes you take care of yourself, maybe your siblings and your parents. But when you was married, you now have in-laws. Now that you have in-laws, you are now like, before you have one family, by the time you get married and you now have two families. You get me? So now the demand financial the financial demand to be increased, financial expenses will be increased. So that is why I said singlehood is time of self preparation, self examination, self evaluation, in time of independence, and time of financial freedom. When you get married, for you to enjoy financial freedom, you have to it's from this time that you start. So that by the time you get married, you know what to bring to the table, so that the whole family can live in peace. If you're now that you cannot take care of your bill, you now went and get married, that when you get married now, your husband will be fitting your bill as a woman. What if the man, maybe something you were able to, after some time, maybe change in work or something happens, there may be time that you as a woman, that your finance is also needed in the home, that the man will, like, the family may need your assistance until the husband picks up and continue. So if you don't have any plan at hand now, you will start running head and scatter. That is why at this time of singlehood, you need to enlarge your goals. You need to prepare yourself very well, because the task ahead is not a simple task, and the real journey is not a smooth one. It's not going to be sweet, sweet, honey, honey, I love you, I love you. Marriage is not easy. It is sweet. It's a lovely, is something everybody should experience. Marriage is sweet. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is lovely. Marriage is so admiring. Marriage is so fulfilling. Marriage is so, in fact, is God's own ordained institution. Marriage, um, marriage is sweet. So to make this, enjoy this sweet love, sweet marriage, we have to prepare very well so that if you come across anything at the head, you know that you already prepared for it already. Alright, please do it to share my video, drop your comments. I love you. Share and comment. See you in my next